Manchester United have drawn 1-1 with West Ham. Really disappointed with that from Manchester United. Was expecting a lot better from Manchester United this evening, and we haven't been very, very good today. We've been average at absolute best, to be honest. I mean, this isn't a great West Ham team, and we've got something to play for. West Ham are pretty much guaranteed safety, and we've got to be getting that Champions League football. We haven't played like a team that wants to get that Champions League football this evening. Bollocks! It really is fucking bollocks. I mean, he's put a strong lineup out. Only a couple of changes from probably the best starting lineup we could put out, and that's the fullbacks. Wan-Bissaka could have started ahead of Fosu-Mensah, and we could have started with Luke Shaw ahead of Brandon Williams. That would probably be our starting lineup. Luke Shaw's injured, but just not good enough from Manchester United. Really not good enough, and it's left Manchester United now needing at least a draw against Leicester to realistically stand any chance of getting Champions League football via the league now, because unless Chelsea lose both of their games, we will have to get a point in the final game. We do move up to third, but only temporarily. If Chelsea beat Liverpool, they may well go and lose to Liverpool this evening, and we may still stay third. But they've got Wolves at home at the weekend, and Chelsea's home form is pretty decent, to be honest. And you would expect them to probably beat Wolves at home. So even if they get a point, then we would have to get a point away at Leicester, and it's not going to be that easy getting a point at Leicester. So this is a bit of a worry that we've let it get down to this hairy nitty gritty bit now of the final day of the season, when we could have probably killed it off in the last few weeks. I mean, that draw against Southampton home and now this one has really fucked Manchester United up. It really has. If it wasn't for the fact that we won all our other games, we would pretty much recently we would have been staring at potentially missing out on Champions League football. But we're going to have to buck our ideas up a bit if we want to stand any chance of winning the Europa League as well, because that's a competition that I think Manchester United should be going all out to win. And if we're not playing, if we're playing like we have done the last few games, then we won't win that either. So we may need to win that to get into the Champions League. I mean, if you look at the last probably 4 games, the Chelsea game, this game, I mean, the Crystal Palace game and that Southampton game, none of them have been particularly good performances from Manchester United, have they? I mean, that Crystal Palace one, the forwards pretty much won the game. We didn't play particularly amazing, and today really Greenwood's got us out the shitter again, because Greenwood has been banging goals in left, right and centre this season, and that is number 17 for the season for Mason. That is a wicked return from a geezer who's fucking hardly, I mean, he is the dog's bollocks, he really fucking is. I mean, how many games has he actually fucking started this season? It's something like 23 games or some shit. Something like that. I read somewhere that he's featured in 26.3 games before this in total in terms of minutes. And geez, that is fucking brilliant for 17 goals and, what is it, 4 or 5 assists? I mean, Jesus Christ. If this geezer gets better, then how fucking good is this guy going to get? I mean, there's no guarantee that players do get better. There really isn't, but I mean, a lot can happen between now and 3, 4, 5 years time when he's hitting nearer his prime. Injury could happen. He could just not improve. A lot of things could happen. I mean, we've seen a lot of great players, English players, definitely. I mean, the likes of Wayne Rooney, Michael Owen, players like that come on the scene, and they've been seen as the absolute dog's bollocks in English football. And whereas Wayne Rooney had such a great career at Manchester United, people were touting him to hit the heights of a Cristiano Ronaldo, a Lionel Messi. If you'd said out the 3 of them who would have hit the heights, a lot of people would have at the time said Wayne Rooney when he was a 16-year-old, and he didn't hit them heights, although he still ended up having a brilliant career. So we will just have to wait and see, but at the moment he has been absolutely fantastic for Manchester United this season. That's double figures in terms of goals, and I mean, he's got 10 goals in the Premier League, and he's probably started, 12 or 13 games this season in the Premier League. I mean, that is incredible to considering his age. I mean, if he'd started about 35 Premier League games, he would probably have scored 20 plus Premier League goals, or there was a good chance he could have done. So, but I'm disappointed for Manchester United. I mean, we gave a sloppy goal. I mean, the fuck was Pogba doing? I mean, just take it in the face, man. Just do that, and then you don't concede the penalty. But oh well. I mean, the draw isn't the end of the world, because if expected, Chelsea will get 3 points out their next 2 games, and Manchester United getting 3 points wouldn't have really sealed it anyway, because if you're looking at it, we still would have needed a point against Leicester. It would have probably just, maybe some people would have seen it and taken the pressure off. The only way 3 points would have sealed it this evening is if we'd won about 4 or 5-0, and then the chances are Leicester wouldn't have hammered us at the weekend. So that is the only way. But 2 points out of these 2 games would, it's funny, 2 points out of the 2 games, 2 draws against West Ham and Leicester would guarantee Champions League football next season, but 3 points wouldn't. 3 points would probably mean we may not have qualified for the Champions League, which is crazy to think. We would have then been maybe relying on Chelsea not getting points. So I don't know, but anyway, that is it. We just got to hope that Liverpool do us a favour this evening and we stay third for this evening, and then who knows, Wolves may do us a favour, you never know. And if we beat Leicester, if Chelsea lose tonight and we beat Leicester, we will then finish third. But it's all ifs, buts. So but we've got to try and get it done on Sunday, because we don't want to be putting pressure on ourselves in that Europa League, because there's some difficult sides left in it. I mean, we've got that last game to come up, and then we've got Istanbul or Copenhagen in the next round, and then it starts to get tough. I think after that it could be someone like Seville, Roma, someone like that, and there's still Inter Milan left in it, Getafe. There are some good teams left in this competition, and we can't take that competition lightly. But we've drawn this evening, not played well enough. But the only the positives are to take from the game, we haven't lost the game, and that is we couldn't afford to lose the game. That was one thing we just couldn't afford to do. So that is one positive, and obviously Mason Greenwood getting himself yet another goal. That is another positive. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the game this evening. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.